nice laugh, are you?
Australian legends!
Hey!
Sir, can you knock?
What's up, everyone? Adam from FWCI. This is Ghostbusters 2 pitch meeting from Ryan George. Love his work. As you know, I've been reacting to him for such a long time, like 3 years now. And my reaction to his pitch meeting for Wonder Woman 84 was like one of my first videos that did like 5,000 views, and I was just like, oh my god, it is finally happening. And it was actually true. That was the beginning of things really starting to take off. So love his work, but I love the Ghostbusters 2 movie. I know it way better than I know the original. If you saw my reaction to the Ghostbusters 1 pitch meeting, you already know this. But yeah, I had it on video when I was a kid, watched it heaps. Was traumatized by Vigo, the painting. When he comes out of the painting, not so scary. I don't care about that. That's fine. When he's just a painting, that thing gave me the absolute creeps. In fact, one of my favorite memes of Vigo the Carpentaria, is that his full name, was from when The Miz on WWE won the World Heavyweight Championship, and this girl was in the crowd burning a hole in his soul with her eyes, and somebody then photoshopped her face onto this picture, which is one of my favorite images of all time. So I'm going to be a lot more in tune with the actual movie and all the inner workings and the details of the movie with this one compared to the last one. So I'm very keen to see what's going on. But Ryan George, Ghostbusters 2 pitch meeting, let's do it.
So, you have a new Ghostbusters for me? Yes, sir, I do. So this takes place 5 years after the original. The Ghostbusters are out of business, and people don't believe in ghosts anymore. But a bunch of ghosts attacked the city, and there was a giant marshmallow man. 5 years is a long time, sir. People forget stuff. But that? Well, sir, the thing is, yes. Well, okay then. So they all have...
That's a good fucking point. Yeah, that movie does start off with nobody, like, giving a shit about ghosts. Do you think that would really happen? Do you think people would just become desensitized to, like, the afterlife and spirits if it became like such a regular thing? I guess we probably would.
various new jobs.
Not in 5 years, though.
Children.
What?
Ray and Winston, they go to children's homes together.
What?
And Venkman hosts a TV show where he lets two people talk for less than a minute each, and then he ends the show. He hosts a 2-minute TV show?
Apparently so, sir.
So one day Dana is out with her new baby, and after she rolls into some pink slime, the carriage gets possessed.
Oh, is Zool after her again?
No, totally different ghost thing. She just happens to roll in some haunted pink slime.
Okay.
And she also works in the museum where the haunted...
Oh god, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Why did I pause it? Why did I pause it? Yeah, that's unfortunate for Dana that that happened to her. But let's get into it. Let's get into Vigo. What are we doing here?
Portrait of this movie's bad guy, Vigo, is. She just coincidentally lives in the haunted apartment in the first movie and works with the haunted painting in this one.
That's what we're going with.
And she rolls in the pink slime.
A very unlucky lady, paranormally speaking.
Yeah, so because of the crazy stroller thing, she contacts the Ghostbusters to help. Oh, again.
Well, people like the first movie, sir,
So I figure we do it again, beat for beat, but slightly different.
that works for me.
So the Ghostbusters start excavating the street where the stroller got possessed, and when the cops try to stop them, they pretend to be construction workers.
Weren't the Ghostbusters national celebrities? How don't they get recognized?
People forgot. Oh, that's right. So then underground, Ray discovers a river of pink slime and accidentally breaks the thing that cuts out power to the city.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie. So now the Ghostbusters have to go on trial because of all the damage, and nobody believes them about the pink slime.
Wouldn't workers need to go down to the pink slime area to fix the thing they broke?
Hey, shut up, and this judge is like, I don't believe in ghosts.
Even as a kid, I never understood how that worked. I was like, they could go down there for sure.
You guys are liars. He forgot, but then some pink slime starts reacting and these two scary ghosts pop out, and they look like scary cartoon characters. They don't even look human.
Very scary.
Yeah, and the judge is like, oh no, that's the Scoleri brothers. Those guys hate me because I sentenced them to death.
How does he recognize them if they don't look human?
Unclear. So then the Ghostbusters save the day, and suddenly everyone believes in ghosts again, and they're back in business.
So they go back to the River of Slime, check it out?
No, they just do some odd ghost jobs for a while, make another couple of commercials. Oh, okay. And meanwhile, the painting of Vigo is...
Yeah, 80s movies are very much like this. This is a very common flaw with 80s movies is that just very easy to get sidetracked with fun shit, so...
Possess Dana's boss and commands him to find a baby.
Why does he want a baby?
So that he can take a physical form again. He'd be raised by Dana and her boss.
So he'd be like super weak and tiny and need to have his diaper changed? Yeah, pretty scary, right? I guess.
Anyway, so then the Ghostbusters do check out the slime, but they get pulled into it.
Uh-oh.
And they come out of the sewer yelling at each other, and they're like, hey, this slime's negative energy is influencing us. There's no way we would be upset after almost drowning in the sewer.
That's a logical conclusion to come to, sure.
So they go tell Venkman about this.
He didn't go with them? Is he not one of the Ghostbusters?
Well, he is, but when he's on screen, it's going to be more of the Dana thing. You know, the will they, won't they. They have, but will they again story.
You know, I am less interested in the ghosts and more so in the rekindling.
Also, Louis Tully and Janine spend like the whole movie hooking up. What? So then the Ghostbusters go to tell the mayor about the slime, but the mayor's assistant has them immediately committed to a psychiatric hospital, which is a thing you can do when you're the mayor's assistant.
And why does he do that?
Really? I don't remember that bit. They must get out of there very quickly. Is it super easy? Barely an inconvenience?
Yeah, because in the first film, we had a government person being a jerk and getting them locked up, so we're doing that again, but slightly different.
That makes sense.
And meanwhile, the painting turns Dana's boss into a ghost, which is a thing he can do, and has him kidnap the baby from a side of a building.
This painting guy seems really powerful as is. I don't know if he needs to become a baby.
Well, he does, and so the baby gets brought to the museum, which gets covered in slime, and so do the streets.
Oh, filling the streets with slime is tight.
Okay, and so now there are ghosts everywhere.
So does the slime make people angry or summon ghosts?
Yes.
I don't get it.
So then the mayor releases the Ghostbusters because they got to do something about this.
Well, it's gonna be tough to do anything about vaguely powerful, spooky slime. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? You see, they figure out that since the slime reacts to the negativity of New Yorkers, they need to get the Statue of Liberty to make everybody happy.
Get the statue? How do they even get to the statue?
That's right, it comes to life, doesn't it?
To them being there.
Okay, that does usually work, but how do they get the statue?
Well, they spray it with slime that they've infused with positive energy, and that lets them control it and walk it down the streets of Manhattan.
Yeah.
How could they have known that was even...
Honestly, I think I tuned out of this movie about halfway through. I had a very short attention span as a kid because this is only vaguely familiar. I got to the Vigo scenes and then I was probably like, you know what? Don't want to see the rest of this. We're done.
even a possibility?
By believing.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. They just know.
Oh, okay.
So then they're able to smash their way into the museum and fight the bad guy.
Oh boy.
And then everybody in the street, they start singing, and their positivity helps defeat the bad guy.
Hell yeah, I love weaponizing positivity.
So then the bad guy disappears, and the painting is replaced by one of the Ghostbusters.
Why?
Because that's the mystery of the paranormal. I don't care.
Fair enough. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a movie.
It is.
And this story, this is what all the stars want to do?
This bad boy's exactly what they all want to do.
Ghostbusters 2 was not the story they wrote, says Bill Murray. When asked in his participation in Ghostbusters 2, star Bill Murray states the film's final story is not what was originally written. Way to have the exact same information on two headlines there, Screen Rant. Yeah, the ending of that movie is pretty flimsy, isn't it? The Statue of Liberty comes to life and then everybody sings and that banishes the thing. I do remember there being a bit more of a story about the like the Ghostbusters being at each other's throats a little bit during the sludge. I think that's a bit of a build, but I don't know. I think this was pretty fair enough. And yeah, wow, the ending of that. I don't remember them getting thrown in the mental asylum. And it wasn't until I saw this that I remember the Statue of Liberty comes to life, which you feel like that's a pretty big deal. You'd probably remember that. You know what? I'm New York. I'm the New Yorkers. It's only been 5 years and I've already forgotten all that shit. Be like, oh yeah, that's right. We had that marshmallow thing 5 years ago, right? Statue of Liberty. But I didn't really have the context of the first movie to realize how beat for beat identical a lot of the storyline was between the two of them. But that was the 80s. You go with the tried and true formula, and if you get a hit and you can do a sequel, you make the sequel as much like the first one as you possibly can. I don't know, Back to the Future, I really need to look into that. Sorry to tangent onto Back to the Future like this. When they wrote and made Back to the Future 1, did they know that Back to the Future 2 was going to happen? Had they got it written? Was it pre-written? Or were they just kind of like making up that story as they went along? That's something I've always kind of wondered. And somebody left a comment the other day saying, do your own research. That was all it said. And doing research is fun, I'm not gonna lie, but I like engaging with you guys as well. So chop it up with me in the comments about Back to the Future and Ghostbusters 2 and the creepy Vigo painting. Did it give you the willies when you were a kid as well? Or were you just fearless? Or were you an absolute crybaby like me? let me know. Appreciate the support, everyone, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, see you in the next video. Peace!